Hello, I'm sorry. I'm back. Thank you very much for waiting, you all. Um, I'm on the road driving home, but I'm listening. That is what Victoria's Best Life is saying over there on YouTube. We got YouTube together, so I can move on. Move on. Welcome back to 3T, y'all. Welcome back to 3T. So, as we were talking about topics, tantrums, and tea, whatever kind of topics you have, you want to talk about today, whatever kind of tantrum you want to throw, it is a mashup. So get your topics together, you all. I want you to participate. It's been a long time since we've been together, and I know it's going to be, I'm sure, a long time since you've seen some of the people you're going to see on here today. So welcome to 3T. I am going to invite, I have five people backstage right now, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and bring them all in. So I'm going to bring in Tracy first because I am. Tracy, you're muted. Can you hear me? Can you all hear?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vicky. You know, I'm multitasking. I'm just now cooking dinner. You know, I just got to keep it real. I didn't want you to hear the chicken frying in the background, so I had to move my spot. How you doing?
Hey, boo. Look, when you first came in, I said, before you came in, I saw you walk through the house and I thought, Tracy is forever migrating before she get on here. She's always migrating just before she open up.
Let me tell you, I got a tantrum right now. I got two grown kids and I'm still cooking dinner.
Let me put some folk on here so we can discuss your tantrum. Hold on a minute.
They're going to laugh at my tantrum.
Your girl is here, Tracy. Keisha is here.
What's up? How are you? Oh my God.
Miss Tracy.
What's going on?
Vicky, is this the Tracy from Cincinnati?
That's Tracy from Cincinnati, girl.
Yes.
That is her.
I'm forever telling Vicky I cannot wait to meet you.
Oh, for real? Oh my God, we got to make it happen.
I told Keisha that when she told me, she always says, "How's Tracy from Cincinnati doing?" I said,
I'm doing good.
How about that? So let's work on that. That's Amy in the chat. Now she's been gone for 20 minutes.
Wait, I'm gonna run and get mine. Hold on, I'm gonna get mine.
Hey, boo. Hey. How you doing? Oh, she got the new grandbaby. This is the first grandbaby, right, Amy? Oh, that is so sweet.
First,
tell us the name.
Joelle.
A little girl. Are you babysitting all night? No.
Yeah.
You are.
That's my tantrum.
Congratulations, Amy. Okay, next coming up. I'm sorry, y'all. I just worked right in y'all. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Okay, next up is I'm bringing in Lisa Washington. Come on in, Lee. Lee. What's going on with you?
There I go. Can you hear me?
I can. We can hear you.
Hello. How is it? How are you all?
Howdy. I mean it when I say it is so good to see y'all on here. I know y'all glad to see me too, because that's just where we at. Oh, Tracy, yes.
Wait a minute. Turn it around. Oh, she got the new cup.
She got her 3T mug. Listen, if you don't have a 3T mug, you need to get you one. Okay, get you a 3T mug, because whatever you drinking gonna get cold way more supposed to get cold because you ain't got a 3T mug. Get you one.
But why am I drinking apple juice out of mine?
Whatever. Doesn't matter. I see.
Ain't no apple juice in that.
I see on YouTube that Victoria is on there. She said I'm on the road driving. I think that's well, let me not say last names, but I think you all may know Victoria. And then Miss Corey, y'all know Miss Corey. She said, "You looking good, Vic."
Where Corey at?
Corey Tracy said, "Where you at?" Yeah. She said, represent with the 3T mug, Keisha. So, right before we get this pop in, Tracy, I'm going to let one more person in, and it will, as of right, it be the only testosterone in the room. So I'm adding Dominique Head to the panel, to the discussion table, to the kickback, right? So, let me give all of you.
Wait, let me just ask for something. Let me just ask for something.
What's going on?
Just everybody got their mug out.
Where's your mug?
I don't have it yet, but let's here we go. I got it now. So let's drink to Julio. Julio just passed away, y'all.
I heard.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I just found out. And then I went online to find it, and it wasn't there yet. And I was like, man, I know something early. I'm like, okay.
So
yeah, they said he had a heart attack.
Did they say why? Heart attack?
He had a heart attack.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh my God. So Coolio should have been about, let me see, I'm 52. He should have been about what, 57, something like that?
Yep.
57, 59, something like that. He was up there. A little bit older than I am.
Wow. Well, raise a glass to Coolio.
Glasses.
Greatness.
Yeah.
Raise one.
Bless his soul. So let me check out some of these comments, y'all, and then we're gonna let Tracy get started with her rant. I think we got all of them so far. So again, this is a topic from NT. Hopefully you got your tea, or you can bring some tea, and then we can discuss whatever topic or tantrum you might have. It's a mashup night. It's completely mashup. Welcome back. Tracy got on. Tracy, tell us your stage name, and I don't know, something that these people may not know about you.
Tracy from Cincinnati is my stage name, although I didn't take the time to change over my government name. One thing that some people might not know about me is that I make bracelets. Thanks to you, you got me started making bracelets. And that's one thing I do in my spare time, to bead a bracelet.
Oh, so you can tell us a little bit more about that later on, Trace. You selling them, right?
Not right now. I've been lazy, but I need to.
Okay. Well, when you do, we'll be ready. Keisha, tell somebody your stage name. Tell us your stage name and one thing that we may not know about you. She about to cut up.
My stage name is Diamond.
Nah,
that sound like a stripper. It sound like a stripper.
I feel like I
don't judge me.
Come on, Diamond. Come on, Diamond.
Hey, my mama gave me that name. Don't judge me.
Yes, Diamond. We gotta say it like that.
I am Keisha Kirksey. I'm a first-time author. My book is entitled Broken for Battle. And what else I'm supposed to say?
That's it. Something we may not know. Listen, if you all want to know more about that book, Broken for Battle, that she wrote, there is a show, a 3T show that is cataloged on the site, where I did an interview with Keisha, and that was honestly one of my favorite interviews. It was a really good interview.
Powerful.
Yeah. And she really talks about and people still talk to me about it. You know, if I run into somebody that saw it, they'll say, well, how's that woman doing? Or how's that girl doing? I hear that a lot. So, hats off for being able to tell your story in a way that is authentic and a way that touches people, because that means something. So, kudos to you. I drink to Keisha.
Oh man, I'm about to fill my cup. Y'all not about to be.
Do what you gotta do, baby.
No,
okay.
Right? Well,
I'm trying to figure out why you started on an empty cup.
Cause I'm new to this. I'm kind of like a virgin. I gotta get to know y'all
Before you have a drink.
before I have a drink.
Before I drink the whole thing.
I wanted to.
You came to a tea party and you scared to drink the tea?
I wanted to introduce myself and be a lady. But let me put y'all on hold because I'm not about to hold. I'll be right there. Uno momento.
All right. Okay. Dominique, are you there? Victoria, I see your text. You said, your message said that you're ready to get on. Let me send you. I'm gonna send you another link because you got to come through that back door in order to get on, which is through that StreamYard link. So I'll see you right now. Mr. Dominique, give us your stage name and tell us one thing that we may not know about you.
Stage name is D Ali. Something you
Hey.
don't know about me. What you don't know about me? I used to spit poetry. Back in the day. I used to spit some poetry.
Don't
Original
get
poetry.
a job. Don't you get yourself a job.
Exactly.
All right. Amy, give us your stage name and tell us something about you we don't know.
Let me see. My stage name is Amy.
Okay.
I don't have a stage name. That's just me.
Well, give us your alter ego then.
It might change. That could change.
Got back just in time.
What you really said is you can't share that with us. That's what you saying.
Yeah, nah. I don't need nobody to be. I don't need Keisha to be trying to call me that outside one day.
You look like your stage name might be Shanasta.
Like who?
Shanasta.
Okay. Yeah, whatever, John. Something that people don't know about me.
Yeah.
Gosh, something that people don't know about me. I don't know.
How many toes you got?
Say it again.
So how many toes you got?
Shut up. Well, people know I got 10 toes.
Okay.
Something that people don't know about me. I'm a pastor.
Okay.
Okay.
That's something.
Yes.
Because most of us need prayer. That's something we needed to know.
Now, since we're telling the truth.
Okay. All right, Lisa, it's on you. Tell us your stage name and something that we don't know about you, or you might want us to know about you.
Well, my stage name, honestly, is Erotic Poet.
Oh, I remember that.
That's something a lot of people don't know about me. And what a lot of people don't know is that I write or wrote erotic poetry and erotic short stories. And I am looking to pull all of those pieces together and possibly publish it in a book.
Awesome. We were doing Yaktown Poets one time, and Lisa, I had to strong arm her into doing a piece. She was so good, but I just couldn't believe, I didn't know that she had that kind of talent. It was.
Oh my
really
God!
good.
It was Lisa. Is that you for real?
I gotta take my glasses off.
I was there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's intense." My husband was there too. He was like, "Wow."
I almost wet my pants. I was scared.
But she did so well.
It was good.
I was really, yeah. So, she got another side. It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, great. So Tracy, do me a favor, you all share this feed as we are sharing, please. Tracy, tell us about your tantrum, baby.
I don't have a share button. I'm sorry. It just says mic, camera settings, and chat. Okay, so first of all, do you see in the audience, is there a Sabrina Lewis in the audience? I invited somebody tonight, so that's Sharon.
That is, you're right. No. The only person I see that I'm not sure of is one that says Victoria's Best Life. I think I know who that is. So no, not yet. But there are, of course, people on YouTube that are not talking.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so y'all. So let's have a real conversation, and it's really not a tantrum. It's just somewhat of a frustration.
Okay.
So I don't know the ages of everybody here, but I'm going to say we're all pretty much around the same age. And my struggle or my frustration right now is at almost 53 years old, I feel like I'm not where I should be. And when I tell you that 2022 has been the hardest year of my life ever, just from being unemployed most of the year and just trying to overcome different obstacles. My father-in-law died, and it's just like when I look back over my life, I'm like, did I make a wrong turn somewhere? And it just seems harder to get back on track. Is anybody with me here? Does anybody feel that? Today it all came full circle.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Don't get me wrong. I thank God every day that I, wake up and all of that. But it's just like, God, what can I do different? And I thought that by this age, I would be coasting, right? And just, I have a son that's 21. I have a son that's 18. But it's like, now it's time for me to find myself. And I just don't know what I'm going to do next. So that's my thought today. I know you didn't expect that, Vicky.
No, okay. Whatever. I ain't feeling no kind of way. So is that possibly? Could you be experiencing that empty nest syndrome?
It's been a year now, so I think I'm good with that. But when that happens, and you have a chance to focus on yourself and look back, you're like, okay, so for 20-something years, I put everybody first, and now what do I want to do? And that's the part that I can't answer because I don't know. So empty nester, I'm used to it now. Half the nest is empty. I don't know how long it's going to take for Chad to leave, but it's just, I don't know. It's just trying to find me. I didn't think I would be doing that at 50, almost 53 years old. I thought I had a plan. That's the problem. I thought I had a plan.
But when you in the past, when you were creating your life in your head, or when you were thinking about it, because we do that, right? So along the way, did you plan past your kids going to high school?
Yeah. I saw that.
I didn't mean high school. I meant
college.
Yeah, well, getting over 18, getting 18 and beyond.
Yeah, I saw that. And I just saw, me and my husband coasting and, traveling, but life happens. And I think the biggest curveball has been COVID and all of that, because we stopped for like 2 years. Yeah. And I had COVID twice in those 2 years. And I think my whole perspective has changed, but I just feel like for me, life has just slowed down, and maybe it's supposed to, I don't know.
Can I say something, Vicky?
Yeah. Yeah, anybody can speak to it. Yeah.
So, I can relate in several forms. I have 3 grown adults. 2 still are at home. And I think COVID did play a part. My husband and I have been married for almost 28 years, and I'm in menopause. And so I think a lot of that plays a part with, I'm 51, so I think a lot of that plays a part with, us doing a self-check on where we are and how we are feeling in this season. I've been on my job for 21 years. I work at a school. But, looking back, and like Vicky said, making plans past kids leaving your house. And so the good thing with us is that we have pretty much dated all of this time still. And so, because in my head, I knew at some point they were going to leave, and I didn't want to be stuck in a place where I'm like, who are you? Kind of thing. So we were intentional as we were raising our kids for that reason. But I think a lot of my, self-checks and emotions during this season has come because I'm in menopause. And that might have be yours as well. Yep. And so I got me a therapist, child, because I was like, okay, so I need to talk through this to figure out how to navigate through this time. Right. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I need to be able to navigate through it without my emotions being up and down and up and down. I need to be able to manage that. And so that could be, just a recommendation for you, or something to just kind of think like maybe this is a part of my menopause.
Here's what I went out and got. I one kid left and another kid entered. I don't know what I was thinking, but
listen, Tracy,
that's hilarious.
When you told me you was buying that puppy, I was thinking about the fact that your kids were leaving your house. I promise you I was. I thought this is probably her new baby. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand it. I think interesting what you said about menopause, because that it does a whole something totally different on your brain, on your head, on your emotional life, and
nobody understands it but you.
Yeah. It's really wild, it's almost like and I know they don't necessarily call menopause a midlife crisis, or they don't call it the midlife crisis, although we know it is a midlife crisis. I'm saying the kind of stuff that I think about in my head now, it sounds a lot to me like what people talked about men when they talked about midlife crisis. You know what I'm saying? Where you really do, Tracy, I'm with you. This kind of starts, wait, stop, where am I? It's the time that you really start calculating. I had a conversation with my husband the other day, and it was about the fact that I said to him, listen, I'm 52 years old. And so, you see people, we're getting there where mortality is visible. It's in the and now, I think the youngest person on here is probably Lisa. But she's not that far behind us either, but she is not on this side of it yet, But I think it's interesting that we not only are dealing with that. I was telling somebody the other day, we're all walking around here with PTSD.
Yeah.
I mean, we all are, except, and then I thought about it, I said, well, no, we're all walking around here traumatized because it ain't over. It still ain't over.
Yeah.
So it's not like any of us, this COVID the pandemic came in and is wiping us out.
Yeah.
It's wiping us out, and everything is happening so fast alongside the stuff that would happen generally, regularly, right? Everything COVID related is happening so fast. So we got that going on, and it's like you get a breath behind it. When you think you're just about to exhale, they come up with a new variant or something different, or so you got that to deal with. Meanwhile, you still gotta live life on a regular. Whatever would have happened is gonna still happen. In addition to that, you got the stuff that our country in particular is going through in terms of racism and this divide between dark and light, or this divide between right and wrong, all these skewed lines, and everything is all, everything is all screwed up. Nothing is stable, so those are just three things, but all those things alone and in themselves can be catastrophic for anyone. And I'm saying that we're walking around in that on a regular basis and just trying to every day, just trying to keep moving. You can't really grieve about anything or anybody in a way that we've known we could, And before you get tears cried, get another call, or you see something different. So we're all traumatized. I don't think that it's I don't think it's odd that people are probably having some kind of reckoning that we wouldn't have had at another time at this age. Not quite like this, you know?
Yeah.
And our mortality not only is visible to those of us who are 50 and over, now in the place that we live and the situation we're in, mortality is visible for a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Because all kind of people, my grandfather used to say, it did make different. It was funny then, but it makes so much sense to you now. My grandfather used to say, people dying never died before.
Right.
I'm like, right.
Right.
But as a 52-year-old, I realized that he was saying people who aren't expected to die are dying way before we would expect them to die. And you wouldn't expect anybody to die really, except for maybe old age, or something that would get you in your old age. Yeah. But that's not the case.
Yeah, I agree with you, Vicki. That PTSD, I told somebody that not too long ago. And even, like this really took me like to a different place. Like, because you are forced to stay home, of course it's you and your family. And so we managed pretty much really good through that part of it. But I think I realized at that point that I had given to so many people and my cup was empty. So I was like, whoa, I had to look back like, I don't have anything in this cup, so I felt I had to readjust that and get myself back on track, because I was in a place for a little bit, and I was fearful. I mean, these were things that I was seriously fighting through. I was having anxiety about it. I didn't go back to work when everybody else did. And even now I'm still at my desk and walking around my building like a lot of us with masks on, because it's still around the building. I mean, people are it's coming up fresh all over again in the schools and around us, And so I had to, repent again, just because my faith was like, whoa, I don't want COVID. I don't want to die with COVID. In my head, I'm like, Lord, don't take me out with COVID. Don't take none of my people out with COVID. And it was in my house 5 times. And God has spared me. I still have never caught it. I've been around it. I've been close contact with it. And I'm boosted up, but I have never caught it. And even before all of the vaccines, I had it in the house twice. And so I know God is keeping me for a reason. I don't know what that is, but I'm like, Lord, keep me, because I don't want COVID. I don't care if it's a regular cold now. I don't want it. But again, that PTSD, that trauma, like, what the heck are we in right now? We've read about the plagues and stuff in the scripture, but to experience it firsthand and
that's
have
something
to go
different.
Through it, yeah. So it took me to a place, and by the grace of God, I made it through, and just was able to refill my cup. But then as going back to my girl that's up there cooking for her grown people right now, we give so much as women.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we don't get that back the same a lot of times. And so, that's a lot of things that we also go through, because we give, because we want everybody around us to be happy. We want to make sure we're doing everything that we're supposed to do as a mother, as a wife, but then we forget about ourselves. And we have to make sure that we do not. Our responsibility is to ourselves. And so I have like embraced self-care so much in this season. I have learned how to put boundaries up in this season, with grown people, family or not, because if you don't, people will drain you dry. So, that's just my input.
Very true. Very, very true. Um, let's take a quick break. I'm gonna show you. Actually, it's not. Yeah, let's take a. I'm gonna show you something on my screen if I can. Lighten the mood a little bit, but it's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy out here. It's heavy out here. And honestly, I'm thankful that I have you all to at least talk to about it, because how many people don't have somebody they can talk to?
Right.
You know, that's a lot of people. And that's why, that's why the suicide rate is what it is, because people can't necessarily talk to folks, So I'm thankful. I want y'all to know I love each and every one of you, and I'm thankful to be here even tonight, here in this moment with you all. So I'm gonna share my screen right now real quick, and this is can you all see that flyer?
Oh wow.
Can you see it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I want to share this. I'm sorry, Lisa Washington is on the line with me. Lisa is listen, let me say this before I even go here. Please share the feed if you can. We want to get this event in the hands of as many people as possible. Tracy, you see who the keynote speaker is, don't you? Trace, can you see that?
No, I can't.
That's Talib Kweli.
Yes.
The singer is Michelle.
Oh, gotcha.
Wow.
So we want to get in the hands of as many people as possible. We don't know how. Listen, there could be 20 of us looking at it right now, but you all know the power of social media. If everybody share this, multiple times, there's no telling where this will go. Yeah. It's live. It's going to be on YouTube. I want you all to share this. If you can get the flyer, if I can send the flyer to you, I will. Yeah. But this is baby. She's been talking to me about doing a conference like this for quite some time, and she's a dear friend of mine. I love her, and I want to see her succeed. She is an event planner, and she does corporate events. So this is something that she's been really, really germinating for a long time, and she wants to see this come to fruition, and I want to see it too. And hopefully you all will help us get the word out. This will be October 13th, so that's just 2 weeks away. But there are sponsorships available for this. So if you have a business and you want to sponsor a table, or you want to sponsor some people, or you want to sponsor a vendor, there are opportunities to put your foot in this event that I think is going to be it's going to be one of those events that Pontiac has done. So I just want to help her share the word, share her dream by sharing this flyer, get people in those seats for this event that's coming up in 2 weeks. So I'm going to leave it up for a minute and plus anything that you'd like us to know about this event that's coming up on the 13th.
Well, I wasn't prepared for that part. I talk so much about work and everything. But yes, this is definitely something that I just want to present to the city that I feel like is deserving of something that is representing not only the space and who we are, but partnering with other avenues of other people as well. So just trying to give us something to do right in the middle of home, so we don't always have to go all the way out to see a concert, or have to drive all the way down to Louisiana to see the Essence Festival, and to have certain people that we may have had, because I'm an 80s baby. So so some of the people that I admired in the entertainment industry that, have did certain things and transformed in certain things, I just feel like it's a lot of money thrown around Pontiac, and I just don't feel like it's catered to what we may be interested in, and as African American people, we, hip hop is one of those extremely sensitive areas, and in the corporate setting, merging the two can get you shunned. because the question is, can they articulate? Are they keynotes? Can they do this? And it's like, just because somebody had a history of being a rapper doesn't mean they don't have he's an activist, he's this, he's that. And these things are in some forms kind of the make them and break them kind of situations, because it's like when you're in a corporate setting, there's an etiquette, and there's a pattern of how you do things. And so I'm sort of kind of bored with it. So it's like, I'm just
Well,
trying
this
to
ain't gonna be boring, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Conferences are
Yeah.
boring most of the time, and I plan them, and I've been planning them for 20 years. So I'm not, they're beneficial to what they need to do, but it's financial literacy. You usually get somebody that's drug out and dry, and it's just, so I just kind of want to spice it up a little bit and have a little fun. And I'm going out on a whim and integrating a little bit of the hip hop into the corporate world, even though, to me it's not that big of a deal, but but that setting and the who's usually the keynote in our city, at least Pontiac, I should say, Oakland County, Detroit, they're used to it, but it is a culture shock a little bit in this area.
It is, but I know it's gonna be nice for one, because you're putting it together, and that's true. And I'm excited about, considering even some of the stuff we've been talking about tonight. It is a wealth, health, and self-care conference. I think that's big, because what you don't see is a whole lot of stuff like that. Not geared toward African Americans, unless it's some kind of a resource, fair or something like that. So the fact that they're gonna
actually the whole concept of it is to provide that all-in-one situation, because it's funny that the conversation was about the finances and the stress about that, because the conference literally is addressing the fact that a lot of stress is due to financial, the way you have financial finances, and because of that, it's the two kind of coexist together, so a lot of times high stress is because of financial literacy. So trying to cover some of those issues all in the same. So having the conversation of, if you learn how to spend better, or learn how to become a better consumer, so that you can save money in this and that way, can help you alleviate some of that unnecessary stress. Because the stress of COVID is something that we can't not deal with. The stress of the politics, we can't not deal with. So the things that are under our control is certain things of making better decisions with money, and or trying to figure out how to make money work for us. And if you do have a small business, how do you make the investment in your small business without putting yourself in debt? So those conversations need to be had. But then in that, you have the whole therapy situation. A lot of people aren't used to the average and the normal way of therapy, which would be, going to go talk to someone. So this conference is a fundraiser to raise funds for art therapy, which is another form of therapy that can be offered in the community to help get you through the PTSD that you're experiencing, while you're trying to focus on getting your money together. And in the same breath, here's a few things that you can do to enjoy yourself. Listen to Michelle. She has a story. She been through it. Her music is if her voice can have you jerk a few tears and shed a few skin, and
we were at Wilberforce University, Tracy. Was Michelle was like, oh my God. When you heard Michelle, you knew that was a slow dance. You had to dance with the guy you want to dance with when she came on, when it came on in the club. When they played Michelle at the barn, you knew that was a dance. You had to dance with the guy you really wanted to dance with before they shut the music down.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. That's what I'm trying to. I wanted to deliver all those elements. Just kind of like.
I think you're gonna do it. I mean, even from the looks of the flyer, and the flyer looks wonderful, by the way. But even from just the flyer, it's telling you what you're gonna get. So you expect. I would expect to have a really nice time, and especially one that's fresh and, you know, and from a different perspective than anything we've seen before. So if you all have not, if they ain't got their ticket, I want them to get their tickets. So Lisa, tell them exactly where they can log on to buy tickets.
You can go to the easiest way is to go to my website, WashingtonEventsLLC.com, and you can scroll down and you'll see links that links you to the page, or you can go to WHSCC.WashingtonEventsLLC.com to go straight to the landing page to get more information on who else is going to speak, the panelists. I'm pulling all of that stuff together to release all of that other information. And they, you can even do little rides around a race car track with the professional race car drivers. And another thing is that a lot of people wanted to get into M1 because they say that M1 hosts a lot of events where our complexion of people have not been able to have access to being able to enjoy it over there. So it's like I literally tried to set my people up with all of the perks of being from Pontiac.
M1 is a beautiful concourse.
And we glad we can go in there if we want to.
Yeah. So they'll be excited about that too, I'm sure. Thank you all very much. Share that so we can get that information out about that event. And
is that on Facebook?
Say again?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
And I also put her website in
on all platforms that lead you. Washington Events on Facebook, Instagram, the Tick of the Talk.
And I just put the website in the chat, so hopefully you'll be able to click on that and go straight.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so it's in there. It's in there. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
No
so let me show you all this real quick, and then who else got? Let's say this first. Who wants to speak to? Anybody else want to speak to what Tracy was talking about?
Well, I kind of do, because I'm not there yet, and I have 2 daughters that recently just went to college, and then I got one more that'll be graduating in 4 years. And is the problem, the nuance of everything coming together kind of all at once with the stress of COVID? Is it a way that is more so something that can be looked at instead of like a problem, but like a completely blank slate? Like, have you thought of it as something like more so exciting, like a fresh start, like almost more so with a child's eye view? Because it's almost like you are at that stage where, because to me, I always think that once I hit 40, I'll be able to tell my elders off. So, because I feel like that's the age where you got to get before you can say, listen now, you calm that down. So I'm still waiting for that. But when you are 50, I feel like, is that one of those situations where when you have done the obligations of putting everybody before you, is it that clean slate when you have the energy to say, this is my time to reinvent what I want to do for me, like, and just do something that when you were younger you knew somebody told you could never do, like I would kind of want to be an archaeologist. Unfortunately, that was something that I was looked at as being crazy for wanting to be because of where I was from. But I say by the time I'm 50, after I get done with everybody, I will want to go dig in dirt. So it's like,
so you saying it's all in the way you look at it. It's from your perspective.
Is it something that if you shift the perspective, would it more so give you options to have more options?
Absolutely.
Well, let me take you back for a second. When I was 40, 12 years ago, I felt like I had more time to do more things. But then when you turn 50, and like Vicky said, the mortality rate, when you turn 50, your class reunions start getting real small because it's like people just start dropping off at 50 and you feel like you don't have a whole lot of time left. I mean, I hope I could live as long as my grandmother. She lived to 94. But you feel like time is running out. And when you look back over your life and you think of everybody that you put on the front burner and you've been sitting on this back burner sizzling for years, it's like, what else do you know how to do? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like when you get there, you start trying to reinvent yourself. You start trying to do new things, but then you're always struggling. Well, I'm speaking for me. I should be. I'm always struggling with that time piece. Like, how much time do I realistically have to become an archaeologist or, go back to school or whatever the dream may be? Because we've always put other people's dreams first.
That's true. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was thinking, that is true. I mean, I could see that, but I had a conversation with my husband not long ago about the fact that I said, I probably have, if God blesses me, I'm 52, I said by 72, 82 is that's rough. By 72, people start, they start needing hip replacements, and they need, they got issues with their heart, and they got, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Your body is eventually going to kick you out. So you start letting you know you ain't got long to be here. So let's just say 20. That'll put me at 72. We're not you can only have super strength for so long. So I'm gonna say a good 20. God bless me, a good 20 years. So I want to make sure that my 20 years is exactly what I need it to be. Okay, readjust your crown. I see you have a question. Go ahead and type it in, or you can come in. I can send you the link if you'd like to come in. I think I sent it to you though, but if you need it, let me know. So I want to make the best of the 20 years that I have. So now I'll go back to what Lisa said earlier. And then I will reiterate. You could spend a whole lot of time talking about what should you do. But it ain't gonna take you long to figure out what you can do. You can do what you want to do. And so, like she said, archaeology. You said, yeah, but how much do I have to go to become an archaeologist? Maybe you can't. Well, actually, you could go. You could go through whether you finish or not. You could do that. Because if your interest it's the first thing. If your interest and your passion has always been archaeology, then get off of archaeology. Because at this point, you should be living your life for you. That's that we don't live our lives for ourselves. Now, I can't necessarily say that. There are some things that I have not done. There are some things I have not done because of my family. But for the most part, I've done what I wanted to do. And if I haven't done it yet, it's only because I haven't been able to manifest it quite yet. But I know my mind. But it's not there are a lot of things that I have not done that I wanted to do. Let me just say that. But if you're the person who you've given all your life to everybody else, you really shouldn't be thinking about nothing except for what pleases you. And that's just how I feel. What pleases you. So if it's archaeology, then go get an archaeology degree. And if you don't want to do that, then you have to look at and think about what is it about archaeology that I like. You might find that really all you like about archaeology is gemstones. That's really what you like. And if that's the case,
you can go to Arizona and dig those up.
Hello, you don't have to be an archaeologist for that.
You don't even gotta have your degree.
Right.
Hey, and you ain't got to pay a dime. You can just go just start.
And the ones you find, you can keep them or cash out. I know, see, because I really do want to be. I do like archaeology for real in real life.
So my point is just that. I'm gonna send you another text right now. So that's what you got to do, Trace. I know you got some passions that you probably have not. You ain't paid much attention to, but we all have something that we like to do, whether we have the courage to do it or not. Yeah. So that's the important thing. Drumming up the courage to do it. That's it. And really 20, 30 years left, we should be living full out.
Yeah.
You know, so even if, and when I say it, I mean, even if you try it and fail, so what? You did it. What next?
That's
Next.
what I was because because I always tease my youngest. I always used to tell her when I'm like, well, if I don't find a husband, my older ones leave, I'm gonna go move to Paris for 5 years, and me and the youngest one, we're gonna be out just because. But you know, I haven't had to do that yet. But that was my, you know, I'm just gonna leave. I can get a job. I don't want to speak the language. You go to school, we about to learn, and I just gonna live in a whole nother different country for 5 years for absolutely no reason. That was one of my escape plans. Just because, I mean, the what America has going on may be better than one place, but may not be better than another one. And the earth is big. Like how the economic system is over here is not how it is somewhere else. These skills can be paid for in another country. So I've always thought of things of that nature. Like it's like we live in an information age where the bull crap that these people were able to feed us just we know ain't adding up. So I just feel like
the link or text message. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, no problem. So I just feel like if it's something that I want to experiment with, and it's not going to put me in a state of, you know, I'm homeless or anything, but, you know, responsibly, I would try it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now is definitely not the time, you know, if we ever found ourselves in a time where we didn't feel courageous, now is not the time for that. Now's the time to really, you know, to play full out. To play full out. That's the way I see it. It's, you know,
take your jib off. Now's the time. Take it off.
Time. Baby, you ain't said nothing. I ain't heard nothing from Vic. Vic, what's going on?
Listening, because I can relate to everything everybody is saying.
I think
I'm right there with everybody. I can relate to it. How you doing? I'm 52. I can relate to all of it. the PTSD, the empty nester, the therapy. You know, it's titled Victoria's Best Life because at 50 years old, I decided to build. I got 30 years in finance, accounting, and purchasing. They let me go about 5 years ago with a severance package. And last year, I decided I wanted to learn how to build, and turned out I'm really good at it. Never knew.
Wow.
Never knew. So it was like, what?
When you say build, may I ask?
I built a walk-in closet that people say, and I wanted to do it all by myself. And people are like, do you know how much money California closets would have charged to do that? And I did it all on a budget. And now people have asked me to build prop doors for their conferences and women speaking. I've built TV, fireplace stands. We had a branch fell down last week from the storm. I went to the pawn shop, bought a chainsaw, went out there and took that sucker down. I was like, I would have never thought in my life of 30 years of like this in numbers that there was so much more of me that I hadn't even tapped in at 51 years old. And I'm getting emotional because everything that you said, each of you, the PTSD even before COVID, that I didn't even know I had. It wasn't until therapy, somebody said therapy, that she pointed out that something I experienced when I was 9, 10, 11 years old was PTSD. I was like, I didn't go off to the war or service. It's like, you don't have to go. I was like, whoa. When she put it together, I was like, whoa. Functioning, dysfunctional for 50 something years.
Wow.
And all the other things, everything that everybody touched on. Right there. I mean, empty nester, adult children. Because I would say that I stopped the cycle, but then seeing my children I stopped the cycle. Me and my husband, we've been together 36 years, married 29. We broke the cycle. But seeing my adult children make choices that are taking them back to the cycle. You never seen it. You didn't grow up in it. Why are you making your life harder with some of these choices? Adult children. Yeah. 3 of them.
And I thought I was a cool mom. And I think it's like, my kids they just gonna believe me. Cause I got y'all. Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
So that's I don't know
what kind of water they drink.
Being an empty nester and then trying to let them figure it out. But then when they pull you back in, and then you try to give them a little bit of advice or direction, and it's like that's a whole nother headspace to deal with.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I'm there right now.
Being with somebody since you were 15. We met 85. We were 15, and now we're 52. He'll be 53 next month. Not knowing who I was as an individual, because I went from my mama's house to our house. I went from being a daughter to pregnant at 21 to being a mother to marrying him at 23 to being a wife. I never had the chance to know who I was as an individual. Victoria's best life. At 50 years old, I started a YouTube saying, I said I wanted to be selfish. He took it the wrong way. But what it was saying is, I want to focus on me now.
Yeah.
My mental health, my physical health, setting boundaries that yes. They'll be like, it's okay to say no. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
When did that happen? It's okay to say, when did get back with you? It's okay to say, I'll think about it. I could say that. I wasn't raised like that. I'm the firstborn grandchild of my mother's 10 siblings. So the firstborn grandchild, I had to be, my aunts and uncles still call me. Can you do? I'm like, y'all got grown kids too. Why y'all calling me?
Yeah.
But that's the position I'm in. But it's okay to say, Auntie, let me get back with you. And be all right with that. Even if I didn't get back with you.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
My family, no. Nope.
So everything each of you said is like, boom, 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 boom. And so much more.
You said I walked into the right room, huh?
Right. It's like, wait. Oh, okay. I know I'm not the only one. I've told my children since day one. You're not the first that's going to happen to. You're not the last that's going to happen to.
Yeah.
Know that this is life.
Yeah.
Because they would get in their little situations when they were growing up. I was like, you're not the first to go through this. And you're not the last.
Yeah.
To help them get
and
through
it doesn't change. It doesn't change.
It's perspective. You said it. Just your perspective.
Same game, different day.
Yeah.
But these millenniums are a little different, and so they don't know what they're going through is what we went through. They don't get that. And we try to give them sound advice to help them not go through the same things. I've dealt with that. Too. With 24, 25, and 26 are my kids' ages, and so I had to finally. You say, Lord, they're yours. But I had to finally surrender them completely because they was going to make me stroke out.
Yes.
Just concerned about their well-being and their decisions.
Every bit of it.
And this and that. And the life you live in and this. I said, Lord, now if you brought me through my mess, I know you got them. So I'm going to step back so I don't have a nervous breakdown being so concerned about my kids. I'm going to allow you to do what you said you were going to do because I know you can. And let me enjoy my life with myself and my husband and my granddaughter. And so that's what I have been able to do in this season. It took a while because, again, we're parents. And we want to make sure that our kids are doing the right thing and they're making the right choices. And when they don't make the right choices, that affects the whole household.
Yes.
And so you got to go through those things with them. But I have learned that I gotta do me. I gotta take care of myself. That's my ultimate responsibility, is to take care of my mental health and not be anxious all the time about my kids.
Yeah.
Because it ain't gonna get you nowhere, and you're gonna be so consumed with that you're not living your life.
Yeah.
And guess what? We've done our part. We've lived a life for them to see and experience, husband and wife in the household. No crazy nothing going on. So we did our part, and we're not obligated to anything else past their age, right? And so anything else is extra. And so it took me a while to get to that, but once I got to it, I felt such a sigh of relief, and like I felt like stuff was lifted off of me.
It literally felt like.
Yep.
In the process.
I know it did. Yeah, I tell you what, this adulting thing is more than I signed on for. That you have.
I quit.
Vicky. Vicky, I go back to that day. I rethink that whole day when we was out. It was like, we got to figure out what we gonna do. We would marry. We ain't had no kids, and then our whole life shifted within 2 months.
I just wanna go back to your mama basement and climb in that waterbed.
Ooh.
And just lay there and be irresponsible. I just want to do that.
I know. Me too.
Amy had a waterbed when we were young. Amy, when we were about 22. Amy, maybe. Yeah, about 22,
girl.
21, 22.
19.
You were 19.
Oh, right, because you. Oh, yes, yeah. So I was 19.
You were 19.
Yeah, because I got married at 23.
We were, out of in college. She was doing hair. She's a beautician, a young beautician, and we were both in the apostolic, basically, apostolic church. Apostolic foundation, really.
Yeah.
And so you know where you are when you're that time. You 21, 22, 23. You in a Pentecostal church and you ain't married. Every so you talking about a place of pressure, man. That's some pressure on you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everything they talking about is a couples ministry. Every guy that come through there that might look at you literally because he didn't want to step on your foot.
Is he the one? Is he the one?
And it's 47 girls between the ages of 21 and 23, and only 2 men between those 2 ages. And they say to you, wait on God. Let God send you somebody. Wait on the Lord. And y'all looking like hyenas in a desert.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to wait, but you ain't crazy. You know it ain't but 2 of them jokers in all 48. And you like, just let me at them.
Not in this country.
Vicky, are you sure this is it? Are you sure? I don't know, Amy. I don't think so.
Okay, wait a minute. I see something from Corey. Let me read this.
Oh my goodness.
Girl, I go 20 minutes talking about that alone. Okay, Corey said, I just had a conversation today in light of my son's 24th birthday. I cried for months after he refused to follow the rules in the house. I pray for him daily, no longer feel captive by worry.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
He said amen to that.
Yeah.
Listen, I had a girlfriend. Go ahead, Amy. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, we have our one. I'm whispering, he not home, but we have our one that's still at. That's my grandbaby.
Lean in. What you say?
Right. Listen, we have our one that He's our oldest. He was our most challenging one, and he struggled in school. He needed that extra support, and we gave him that. But I felt like we did a disservice because we gave him. We didn't hold him accountable as much as we should have, and so that challenged him, and so but he had to. It took my husband stepping up to him a couple of times in order for him to realize what the rule. If we're not for putting nobody out because we don't want nobody to have to come back, right? Mm-hmm. So we want them to leave and be okay and ready to leave. Now he, in a minute he gonna get a time frame. He got a little extra grace now because his grandbaby is here. But we had to put him in his place and let him know, listen, our house, this is what we do in our house. We ain't never done nothing crazy and outlandish. I ain't never disrespected my mom. And so this is the way we gonna roll this. And he lined up and we gave him a little room as well, because again, before I found Jesus.
Before Jesus got on the main line.
Listen.
Put your hands up.
Yeah. Before I found Jesus, I wouldn't all that together either. And so we have given him grace, in areas, but we've also said, don't bring no craziness here. Yeah. We're going to give you some grace to get through this, whatever, but don't bring no craziness here. So, and once I was able to, we had that conversation again, I was able to be like, whew, because I'm not fighting with you. Right. About what our house is and what we stand for. So I got you. I get you. It ain't no joke. I promise you. And I was popping babies out like boop, 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 boop.
They was coming fast, baby. They was coming fast.
Listen.
They do sneak up on you kind of quick, don't they?
Honey.
You had that one, the next one just jump out like, hey.
Did. To my mom was like, I'm going to need you to start. Say it again.
My two oldest 14 months apart.
Mine too.
They get on
no, how about 11 months? I stopped nursing and got pregnant again.
Can somebody say rabbits? Rabbits.
That was me. I was on Peter Rabbit. Okay, I'm if Peter Rabbit was a picture.
And don't you hate when you hear people saying, "Ooh, that one moving out the way"? Don't say that. Don't tell me that.
My girlfriend's mother used to say, if you see a baby get down, they be playing and they like put their head down toward their feet. She said, if they open their legs and they look between their legs backwards, they looking for another one.
What? What does that even look like?
I was stopping right there.
Like if you bend down on the floor, and they look between their legs and laugh, He said, if they do that, they looking for another one. I was like, every time I saw a kid get ready to get on flight, I said, get up from there. Get up. Get that boy up from there. Anyway.
Has Keisha spoken?
Kai. That's Kai. Kai, come on in, baby.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you guys. Hey,
Are you,
everybody.
You adjusting your crown?
Can you hear me okay?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know it's hard to stand, y'all. Well, this was unexpected, but this is a lot of good information. Like, I really appreciate, I tell Vicky all the time, she keeps me grounded in areas that I really appreciate a lot. Mm-hmm. And just to be able to speak with and hear other like-minded women that are business owners and life and moms and wives and blah 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 blah, right? All the stuff we go through is just like, a lot of times you don't get to hear it very often, and you don't get a chance to really speak on it or towards it. But I did have a question. I'm in the bed, y'all. I'm sorry. I work 10 hours. I'm tired. But I had a question for Tracy, because you were, back to what you were saying, that you were feeling and everything. And what I wanted to ask, because I believe, I personally agree with what everybody else had to say as far as your perspective of the way of looking at, this the situation that you're feeling right now. I truly believe there's always a bright side to everything. There's always a bright side. So I was just curious to know, like, what have you tried as far as now that you are alone at home, or I think you said it was just you and your husband, or have you tried anything that maybe does not involve like any type of financial gain? It just makes you feel good to do?
Okay, so let me clarify. I still have a senior at home, so my nest is half empty. So right now, I'm still on the back burner sizzling a little bit because I got to push him through the 12th grade, right? And I have actually picked up, and it is for monetary gain, I'm sorry, some freelance work. Somebody asked me, a local radio personality actually asked me to be her social media manager. So that's going to be keeping me extremely busy because she has like 6 platforms that she tries to manage, and she has a huge event that she puts on every year here. So I'm going to really try and refocus on that. I actually, Vicky can tell you, I used to be like a huge social butterfly here in the city, but it has gotten so dangerous here that I really don't do much outside anymore. I'm still active, in my sorority. I do community service work and stuff like that. But the older I get, the more selective I've become. But, I'm just still trying to navigate through and think about, what I want to do. That's just fun and light, and just getting back to me. That's what I'm trying to do.
Are you really in Cincinnati?
Yes.
Oh, you're in Cincinnati. Okay.
So Tracy, let me ask you this. If there were no boundaries whatsoever, no boundaries. If you had no boundaries to stop you from doing what you want to do, what you would love doing, what would that be? No boundaries at all.
Well, one of the things that I have kind of let fall to the wayside is I'm an event planner as well. But I would love to plan events on a very large scale. But, since COVID, and I'm really not trying to blame everything on COVID, but it just seems like businesses have slowed down. It's like everybody's still sort of kind of crawling back outside, so to speak. So the opportunities are not there, but that's one of the things that I would do is get out and plan events big time.
So have you ever attended any virtual events that were extreme? So why not try that? Tap into, that's what's going on right now. That's what's going on in the moment. I happen to have attended a virtual baby shower, a virtual wedding. They had, certain people that they had at the actual event. But when I tell you it was just gorgeous, and who would ever think? We never thought, so I think that when situations change, we just have to change our thoughts and think outside of the box. This is what we used to do, but now we should do things this way because this is what's working, and they'll still pay you, and they'll still, and you'll still be able to do what you love to do. As far as like decorating or whatever it is you do, planning, getting the guest list together, getting the people, because everybody, you see, I couldn't even get on. Everybody is not tech savvy, so maybe that's your area, so it's a way. You just gotta really definitely hone in on what is gonna make you feel good. And me, like, I hate to just keep, we talking about yours, I hate to just bring me, but like, it's just an example. I found things that don't give me financial gain. However, I absolutely love it. You know, I'm doing things for my city that I think that is important for my kids, my grandkids to, you know, actually feel like they're part of something that they can be proud of. So sometimes it's not financially, but it still get you where you need to be. You know what I mean? In life, and get you around the right people and get you in the right setting to possibly get a financial gain out of it. You know, at the end, God, he has the final say. And he don't supply your needs. So that is covered.
That's what's happening with me now, learning that I can build. Again, didn't grow up around anybody that worked with tools. It wasn't a part of my surroundings. I thought I would hurt myself. But I watched YouTube videos on the worst possible things could happen. I guess I scared myself straight. Then watched the videos how to properly use the tools and taught myself. And now people are coming to me saying, can you build this? Can you help me? And at first I was like, I'm gonna build a closet. I don't have tools that I could take away from the house. But over the last year, I start buying them at pawn shops. I haven't bought a brand new tool. My husband bought me some for Christmas, but any that I've bought, I get them from pawn shops online because I'm not ready to invest in really brand new ones yet. I'm not there. But people are offering me money to build. Lady paid me $300 to build a prop stage. I was like, what? And it was easy. I was like, that was an easy. Wasn't even in a realm of some type of money making business. It's just something that I found that I enjoy doing.
You said a prop stage, a theater.
A stage that you put on, a door that you could put on stage that would open and shut. And her message, her sermon was your blessings was on the other side of the door. And she did her whole sermon, and the women lined, she showed me the video. The women were wrapped around that conference room to walk through that door that I built. That's what she didn't know, because that's what I feel like I need to do. I had anointed that door, not saying it was me, but I had put anointing oil on it. And I saw one of the ladies walk through, and when she walked through, she was delivered her whole body, and I got goosebumps. I was like, I built that door. I had never done it. I YouTubed how to do it. First and only. It's a beautiful door, and she paid me $300. I was like, I can make money doing it. That wasn't even like he said, something that I just found that. And Tracy, not Tracy, Vicky, I told you about it, and you, because I never knew my dad growing up, and in the same process, working through Ancestry, finding a half brother, and them telling me, 2 half brothers, that my father built their playscapes and I'm 52. I found out who my dad was at 51 years old. He's deceased, but as they tell me about him, nature versus nurture, and it wasn't about building the closet, it was about connecting and letting go, because it took me 2 months to do it. I'm an empty nester. My husband would be at work, so I was at home by myself, and I would go in that closet to build, tarrying and praying and snotting and crying, falling asleep. I done been on the floor for 2 hours sleep after I done had a whole cry down. Vicky said, that was connecting to your dad. I was like, whoa.
She didn't, when she was telling me this story, man, when she was telling me this testimony, well, she just was sharing with me. It was a testimony though, but she started sharing with me. And as she's talking, I realized that she didn't find out who her father was until she got in that closet. And then while she was in that closet, she found out that her father was a carpenter, a builder.
Engineer, carpenter, builder. Right.
My dad is too, and one of my dad's number one money makers, and one of the fun things that I love to do is build kitchen cabinets. Dude, you can make so much money building kitchen cabinets.
I didn't even think of it money-wise. I've just been enjoying this new found talent that, again, never even knew was in me.
And it's so many avenues for women construction.
Yes.
And it's
like, go get your builder's license, go get your builder's license.
Get government contracts.
That's what they
everything. Yes,
ma'am. At 52, I'm about to take on my second career because I got to go get my 60 hours. And handy woman.
Yep, I'm a carpenter's daughter, so I grew up on the roof of houses.
There you go.
Hanging and all that other good stuff. So I know.
That's
so
awesome.
Tracy, let's go out there then. I'm gonna tell you what I thought about Tracy when earlier when Kai was talking too. She said that you could do, other types of events, right? The other thing I thought was you also have time to plan this big event that you want to do. Right now, people aren't out there, you're right. But eventually we'll come back to something like that. So whatever this event is that you have in your mind, this huge event, you got time to plan for that event. And when you got time to plan for it, you got time to shop the idea and get sponsors. You got time, because I'm sure that you could align with your sorority and your sorority sisters to help build your credibility in the meantime. You understand what I'm saying? And by the time the gates open, you just rush through because you ready to go.
Yeah.
Right.
So whatever dream event you're talking about, you got time to write it now.
That's a good idea. And it all starts on paper.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say earlier before I got in. I wanted to ask, did you have anything written down, your goals in writing or whatever? And then I think the whole what I'm getting from this conversation, not just for you, I think it's for all of us, is instead of trying to figure out how we can't do it, figure out how we can do it.
Yeah.
There's ways to make it happen.
Almost every room.
Look at that. That's
awesome. There's 2 in this room alone.
I'm a journaler.
I'm at a conference right now, and the keynote speaker, I cannot think of her name, but when I do, I'm gonna share it with y'all because that's how powerful she was. But they said that she's often on Good Morning America, I guess it is, with Hoda and the other chick, Robin and Hoda. So she's popular, but I just didn't know her because I don't watch it. But anyway, she had the last general seminar, and her title was something to this effect: change lasts forever, something like that. And she told these wonderful stories of people in trials and in real the throes of for instance, she told her story during Katrina, and she talks about how her husband was a police officer, special crimes unit, I think, and she was working as well, but they were caught up and they lost everything, lost their house, lost everything, including their and a pet. They lost everything. She ended up leaving, but that was she shared like 3 stories, but they were stories of people who were forced through a traumatic change, some kind of change. They were forced to reinvent themselves. They were forced to create something else because it was wonderful. She showed this. I thought, God, this is really powerful. She showed this graphic. It was a cartoon graphic, and it was two buildings on either side, and in the middle was the after effects of some kind of bomb or something that had crushed this middle building. So one building, a crushed, level building, and then the other building looked just like this building. And she said, when we came to this pandemic, this is what we look like. We show the building. And then she said, and then the catastrophe happened. And this is what you get. And she showed the middle with just the with the rubble. And then she said, the difference between this pandemic and any other major thing that we as a generation have experienced is, and then she showed the next slide. And the next slide had the first building, it had rubble for the second piece, and then the third was just she said, every other catastrophe, we return to where we came from. But in this one, we ain't returning to where we came from, and we don't know where we're going. Right? That's basically what she said. But she also talked about when she told those stories about her and a NFL player who had an injury, left the game, became an alcoholic, and now is a founder of a rehab center for athletes, right? Can't think of his name, but his first name was Vic. She also talked about how he overcame that. She talked about how she and her family overcame the Katrina thing, just to 4 years later lose her husband, who she came through Katrina with, to cancer. So she was just kind of showing this revolution of peaks and valleys and peaks and valleys. She said, but the thing is, change is inevitable. It's forever. And the only way that we are going to survive mental intact is to be pliable, to be fluid. Because we don't know what this is going to be, but we do. You cannot because you won't last. You'll break. So that's what I think about, Tracy, when you talk about that. That's the thing. We don't have a choice. We were forced into this existence that we're in right now. We don't have a choice for that. We just don't have a choice. But we do know that if you don't bend, you're gonna break. And that's for all of us. That's every one of us. You don't bend, you're gonna break. So it's best to learn yoga.
Yes.
Because that's the only way you're gonna survive.
That's good.
That is good. And it's so
Journaling.
And I just think of, honestly, life ain't always on the up and up, right? It's not always giving us what we want or whatever. But I do believe in speaking life to situations. You don't want to just keep saying, because after a while you start believing that. And we know that's not true. We know that there's more to us than on the surface. So I think it's very important to, of course, be realistic, but don't put more into the bad than the good.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Bob Proctor, my latest YouTube guru. Y'all listen to Bob Proctor?
No.
He just passed a couple years ago, but he had, I think it was 60 something years in this mind over matter game, and how to manifest things and what you need or what you desire, what you're destined to do. Because we've changed our paradigm, and you understand that it really is these things really are mind over matter. It really is about how much you believe and how much you don't believe. It really is about the fact that your subconscious is what pushes you into your behavior, whatever behaviors there are. And so if we don't get our subconscious mind right, then we'll find ourselves in these loops, is really what he's saying. And you can't come out the loop. You cannot come out the loop when you could ascend to whatever it is that you're trying to pull in if your mind was right, and it just makes me think of scriptures and stuff in the Bible, even that we were taught, about, the fact that everything starts here. Everything starts here. We really are creators. That's why God spoke, and the earth became the earth. That's why he spoke and the animals were animals, because we really do create things ourselves. We create them, and especially when we are spellbinding, when we are spelling with our mouths, we create it, So he talks about, I'm very enlightened. I listen to him. I typically, for the past 2 to 3 weeks, I've been putting on those long videos I can find of him teaching. I go to sleep to him on purpose so that I could pull in what he's saying subconsciously, because I listen to it awake, and I know I need to get that on a deeper level. I need to get it in my soul, So that's what I've been going to sleep to. So as we talk, I think about, I'm thinking about just what he talks about, canceling any negative language with positive language immediately. Immediately, that when you get a thought and it's a negative thought, immediately you are to attack it with the opposite, what you really want, because it's important that really what he's saying is it's important that your subconscious is playing the right tape, right? But if your subconscious is not playing the right tape, then you won't walk out. It's like, and I kept hearing that song, walk it out. Whenever he talks, I keep hearing that, walk it out, right? If your tape is not playing the right music, then you are not going to walk out that which you envision unless your brain, your subconscious is really playing the right tape. So
I listen to that and think levels, because this empowering the 13-year-old, empowering the 7-year-old, that when they say, I can't, and empowering them to switch that verbiage to positive verbiage at such a young age, conditioning them at such a young age to switch that negative to positive of what they can do. And when I say empower them, sometimes you just have to tell that 8-year-old, you can say something they don't even know. They're not even thinking at that level that they can speak it into positivity. But giving that energy and that power to switch it and understand that it can change the outcome.
Absolutely.
And look at the bigger picture. You can't. Why? What's stopping you? What's in the way? How can we step over it? How can we avoid that? How can we get past?
What do you need?
It's going to be roadblocks, but what can we do to get past it? So I encourage all you ladies. This was awesome, Vicki. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Little girls talk.
It's the kickback.
Driving home from a meeting, I was like, I'm driving home, but I hear you. I'm sitting in the driveway, like on the phone. I hear you. Rushing up to the computer, I can't log on. But
thank you everybody for encouraging me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing. Some people hold their stuff in, and you never know what you may be going through may help someone else, because some people just don't even speak on it, and they harbor and they're struggling, and they might just be at their wit's end. So thanks for sharing, honestly.
Thank you.
It's a blessing that we can bless one another. That's the way I see it. I'm ready to give away some shea butter. I talked about in the title that we have created some new scents for fall and winter of our shea butter, shea soufflé. So if you have not, I think everybody on here has tried shea butter soufflé.
I haven't.
You haven't, Karen?
I haven't. I'm embarrassed, but I haven't.
You in the wrong club.
I'm horrible.
It is.
I'm sorry.
So this is what
I just got put on, so I can't say too much.
Wrong club. You got to come on home. Come on home now. So I guess
I'm guilty too, y'all. I ain't tried it. I ain't tried the goodness either.
What? I didn't realize that. You on the outs too.
So, see, Keisha, me and you, I was like, as much as we do, why ain't I give me this?
But you know what? Let me say something. This is gonna kind of cap off what we've already been talking about.
Okay.
And I guess I'll start with from Tracy, all the way to Victoria and everything. Is it Victoria? Yeah, Victoria. So life is about timing and purpose. And so when you think about what I had in mind and that didn't work out, or I planned to do this with my life and this didn't work out, it's kind of like your souffle. I might be late getting it, but because I'm getting it in my timing, am I really late?
You're not.
Right.
So I think we put pressures on ourselves. We give graces to others where we won't give it to ourselves.
I received that.
And when we go through life and we have all these difficult things, Tracy, I have 5 children. My oldest is 33 and the baby is 24. So all the ages are in between 33 and 24. I recently have 2 grown children that are back home also after I was an empty nester for 5 years. And so I can resonate with you all with, I am now 50. I should be doing some of the things I would like to do. But when I look at it in the grand scheme of things, sometimes we disappoint ourselves with having false expectations for things that we set ourselves up to be let down because we should have never thought in that mindset. It's a whole lot of things that we try to control that we cannot control. And the things that we can control, we won't even touch it. And so when you think about all these changes, and I'm disappointed because I thought I would be able to do this, or I thought I'd be able to travel now, or I thought I'd be able to. Really, it's an opportunity for me to reconnect with the purpose of my life. And so it may not be what's going on with everybody else. I may not have got that job I wanted, or maybe I finally got the career I wanted and COVID hit, and now my whole life, it seems like I have to throw it away because now nothing worked out the way I planned. But this is an opportunity for us to connect with truth and with abundance, because both of those things are looking for us, and truth and abundance is also transferable to those who are around us. And so it's an opportunity for me to find the truth in every area of my life. What's really true? Am I lonely because these grown kids is gone? No. No, the truth of the matter is I never found out some of the areas of who I am and what I enjoy and what I like. And so now that life isn't so busy and the grown people that moved away, okay, maybe they did have to come back, but there's something greater that we're missing here. And so just a little example, not to get off the subject, but I was talking to my brother's wife recently, and they have 5 girls. And they're young, they're in their 40s, young, early 40s, and they have 5 children. And she was so overwhelmed with wearing all these hats, like they're pastors, they have 5 children, they have careers, they have jobs, and she's a stay-at-home mom now with 5 kids, so she depends on her husband's income. And she got so overwhelmed with everything that's going on until sometimes we have to get back to ground zero, which is our reset. What's the reset? Sometimes we need a reset and we don't know how to get it. So life sends us on this journey because it's trying to release that truth and abundance in our lives. And so that abundance is realizing what the truth about where I am. Where am I really? So just like your crown queen at the bottom, I'm trying to see.
Just your crown.
Okay, yeah. So she said something that resonated too. So like we go through these things, but at the end of the day, what's the worst thing that you're dealing with? What's the most irritating or negative, or what's the biggest, heaviest thing that you're carrying? If you look at that and then you flip it, just like our queen said on the bottom, you really find that we float in these spaces that keep us hindered because of our mindset. It's really a mindset. So just for an example, if I got really, really overwhelmed because I got a kid that has a family curriculum night on Tuesday, and then Wednesday one of my kids got piano class, and then Thursday one of them got basketball practice, and I haven't even studied for my Sunday school lesson, and like all of these things just really overwhelm you and bog you down. But when you think about the worst thing or the heaviest thing that you're dealing with, and then you compare it, get yourself that reset mentally. So what I could say is, I'm so overwhelmed, but guess what? I'm not planning a funeral. We could use your daughter, Vicky, for an example. There are children at her school that their parents won't have a Christmas to go Christmas shopping this year because those kids aren't here anymore. So no matter how busy I am, if I take it back to ground zero and to the reset of my mental, emotional state, really, we really, as overwhelmed as we feel, as difficult as these situations are, we really, not that we haven't been through anything, but when we compare it to what's really going on, y'all, we really do got it going on.
Absolutely.
And so it's so much to be grateful for. It's so much. I'm telling you, it's really an opportunity to rechannel yourself and to find out what the truth is. What is the real truth? We tell ourselves things all the time that there are it's no truth to it. And we hold on to it, we nurture it, we believe it, and it's no truth in it. And so it's getting to that truth and the abundance that is being released. And so, yeah.
It's good.
And being grateful.
That's the word.
Like you said, we have so much more than other people. Just being grateful. We woke up we all this stuff. We have so much to be. Somebody would love to have our problems. Honestly, they would.
Right.
Like the folks in Florida right now.
Absolutely.
Just think if you went in a room, if all of us went into a room and you set your bags down, Vicky, of everything you carry in your life, and Tracy, you set your bags down, and Amy set her bags down, and Victoria and Lisa and the Queen on the bottom set. Do you know when you came back to get your bags, somebody gonna been done took your bag? Because somebody else's bag is way heavier than what you carry, and they would love to carry your lightweight in comparison to the heaviness that they're carrying. And all it takes is for us really to come together and communicate. And it's amazing what happens when communication takes place, because we learn things and we learn, wow, I really thought I was going through something, but I just thank you for this cross I gotta bear, because I don't know that I could bear your cross.
Right. Yeah. Right.
I don't know if I could carry your load, because we're each individually designed for our own purpose. And so my purpose isn't your purpose. So my journey may not be your journey. We all have a different journey that we have to take. And it's all based on what our individual purpose is. And so that's why it's not good to judge. It's not good to compare, because you're not comparing apples to apples. You're not judging in a fair manner, because it's not the same. We're all uniquely created. And so we have to get to a place where we can appreciate our differences instead of finding fault in them.
I agree.
I agree. I receive
that. Michelle Lewis says, say that. Say that. Okay, so we have our new fall. Let me show you my little commercial real quick, and then we're gonna give away some Shea Soufflé.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna give away some Shea Soufflé tonight. Y'all. As soon as I find this here commercial. Where you at?
I can be the commercial. You want me to be the commercial?
Go right ahead.
I've been using Shea Soufflé since it came out. If I felt like getting up, I would get my jar, because it's almost empty. And when I tell you I have dry skin, and when I tell you I use the Shea Soufflé from head to toe. I shouldn't say head to toe. I use it on my face too. And it does a wonder for me. Like, I don't use anything else, y'all. Nothing else. And again, since Vicky started mixing that stuff up, and I was watching her like, girl, what you making with a mixer? And then when she started making flavors, I was like, oh, this is it right here. And I nothing else. This is all that I use. Best thing ever.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Amy. I
That was
appreciate
a
that.
wonderful commercial.
Thank
It
you.
was,
Thank
right?
you.
I'm sitting here
Get yours
listening to
today. Small jar,
I need this
$15.
videotape.
Wait,
Here's one.
$15 for the small jar, $26 for the large jar.
Oh, you need to hire
My
her.
husband and I went
Hey!
to the store. My husband saved for a straight razor, and he said,
Well, listen,
"You have any shea butter that's not scented?" And he got some.
I
and
do.
he tried it. I know. We came in, and he got it because he used a
Yeah.
straight razor, and he puts
Yeah.
it on his face. They
Yeah.
call him butter.
Yeah.
He use it on his face.
So I ain't trying to brag except a little bit, but I am telling you that Shea Soufflé, my sugar baby Shea Soufflé, I'm gonna say, and Amy, you know what? It is a head to toe moisturizer. I started using it on my locks about 2 years ago, and it wasn't purposeful. You know, I had a product that I was using on a regular basis, but one day I was out and I couldn't get it fast enough, so I just said, give me. You know, I thought about what was in the shea butter, and I thought, what is in my hair? And so I used it to do my locks. That was about 2 years ago. Now I don't put anything else in my hair unless when I'm getting ready to go, if I'm going out of town, I'm gonna be on a flight or something like that, I'm traveling, then I'll use some gel to make it a little tighter. But other than that, that's what I use. And I honestly think, but I also know that raw shea butter will grow your hair. But I honestly think my hair already go fast, but I think it's growing faster than it ever has in these last 2 years. But y'all know it's only been 5 years since I cut my hair down to this.
Yeah.
It's only 5 years. And you see the length of my hair, right? So I really think it's growing faster. So it is a head to toe moisturizer. I used to say that, but I didn't use it necessarily to do my hair.
Yeah.
But now I say with confidence, it is a head to toe moisturizer. It is all natural, except we add, of course, a little bit of scent. But let me get this here ready so I can show this to you. I had it ready and forgot. Okay, and then we're gonna give away some shea butter. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to go a second time. My fault. Okay, so that is, of course, our little Shea Soufflé ad, so y'all can see it. But let me just tell y'all real quickly, the Shea Soufflé, I started making that Shea Soufflé it's been about 10 years ago, maybe a little longer than that. Actually, it's probably a little longer than that. Where I was making, I've been doing it consistently, and it started out by me when I was in Atlanta, just wanting something that for my skin that I knew was natural. And I want to know exactly what was going in it, right? Because my kids had eczema for one. and both of them out of the womb. And I remember, especially with Zoe, when Zoe came here and we could see the eczema on her body, the nurse sent for, I think it was Vaseline or something, some kind of something or something medicated. But anyway, for Mara Toure came through there and said, I no, don't put that on her. Don't put that on her. And she was like, well, she has eczema. He said, yeah, I got something for that. Don't put that on her. He left and came back to the hospital with a jar of shea butter. And he said, don't put nothing on her but this shea butter. And so that's what I started using for the girls, right? That's shea butter. And then I started thinking, what could I mix with it so that it wouldn't be so stiff? Because shea butter get really stiff, and if it melt, it goes to just, it's hard and it's hard to move. So I was thinking, no, I needed lighter than that, and so I started playing with different raw materials, and one of my favorite was coconut oil. So I started mixing it with the coconut oil, and I said, "Oh, I think that's right," and I was testing to see how long it would sit before it got hard, and it was really good, just the two things together. But as we moved on, I started adding vitamin E and jojoba oil, and then I add a proprietary blend of essential oils that I won't share. And it just turned into something that we started using, and that's all we use. That's all we use. My children don't have those issues with eczema anymore. And in the last 3 years, I honestly have only mixed butter twice. Saeed was started mixing butter 4 years ago, so I'm pretty proud to say that. 3 years ago. So she don't ask me nothing about how to mix butter, except every now and then she'll forget one of the recipes for the scents, and she'll say, "Mama, we'll go in Michigan winter again," But other than that, Saeed makes the shea butter, brown sugar baby shea souffle. So we are very proud of this product because it's been around for a minute. And we're looking into ways to, now that we can, expand and maybe get into some stores and that kind of thing. So if y'all know anybody who, and I really want to get into, I'm just gonna put this out here. I would like to get into some hairdressers, a little space on their counter. So if you all know any hairdressers or boutique owners that may be willing to carry brown sugar babies, I would love to sit down and talk with them about that, because it is a product that we are proud of. We have a lot of comeback customers. Let me just tell you this one little story about my aunt, who she's no longer with us, but this is just shea butter. So that's just shea butter. But she was past menopause. Her hair had started to fall in that, getting really thin, and she said that she needed some for her hair. And what Famara Toure said, "Auntie, I got something for you." And he went and got a 16-ounce container of shea butter, and he told her to put shea butter in your hair. That's how I found out it really grows your hair. Besides a bunch of other things, like shea butter is good for aches and pains in your joints, and a whole lot of other stuff. But anyway, she said, "Put this in my hair." And Famara told her, "Yeah, put it in your hair, Auntie. Just put it in your hair." So she started putting it in her hair, and my aunt was probably at that time 60-something years old, and her hair just started growing and growing, so much so that her husband, that she had been with for 50-something years, said to her, "Baby, what you putting in your hair? Your hair gets so nice and thick." Because she told me that. She said, "Your uncle said to me," she said, "and I realized when he said that, Vic, I ain't put nothing in my hair for the last 3 months except that shea butter." So that's how I knew that shea butter would grow your hair. And that it's full of all kinds of vitamins for your skin. So that's my my advertisement on brown sugar baby shea souffle. So tonight I'm going to give away one of the 12-ounce pumpkin spice ones. This is one of our new scents. So for fall and winter, we typically have, I'm looking at Corey. Corey just said that I'll talk to my cousin about his salon. Wonderful. This guy we're meeting Tuesday can help you get on shelves. Oh, that's awesome. The guy who was at the marketplace selling the cookies can help you get into new Myers here. Oh, Corey she is a ride or die. Thank you, Corey. Thank you.
Hey, Corey.
We usually have we bring in for the fall. We bring in Michigan Winter, which is I don't. You just have to smell. I don't. If I tell you what I think it smells like, you would know some of the ingredients in the scent. I don't want you to know. I just want you to smell it. Michigan Winter, though, it does have that menthol scent in it, and that is one of our fall and winter scents. We also have caramel apple. That's a fall and winter scent. All the same recipe, different scents. And we bring cherry cobbler back in the fall, and we keep lemon pound cake. But this year we added pumpkin spice, and this is just a limited time only. So I'm going to pull a number. Corey, thank you so much. Corey said, "Hey y'all, I'm gonna pull a number between 1 and."
Hey, Corey.
What did you say?
I said, "Hey, Corey."
Oh, she said, "Hey, Corey." Between 1 and 40. Let's say a number between 1 and 40 for the 12 ounce. And this one we put this one in mason jars because, of course, it's the pumpkin spice, and we want to make it look country, like a country craft. So this one, we give it.
That's mine.
So I don't see you out on the screen. Hopefully you're still there. So I want to get your numbers. So what is your number, Keisha Percy? Are you there? Between 1 and 40?
I'll take 25.
Okay, Keisha said 25. And Lisa, what you say?
19.
19. Readjust your crown. What you say?
Sorry, I was putting it in the chat. 17.
17. Amy, what you say?
7.
7. And Vicky, what you say?
27.
27. So we got 25, 19, 17, 7, and 27. And that means that who said 17?
Kiowa. That would be me.
Readjust your crown.
Wait, Kiowa, it's you because the number was 15. So you're closest to it. Okay.
Yay.
That's Kai. Kai, I'm gonna give you a spot to pick it up, or I'll drop it to you. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
So I got your pumpkin spice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Any other topics?
Excuse me. I think I would like to be one of Tracy's grown kids because I saw some of the food she was cooking. Tracy, can I be your daughter?
You said, is it done yet? Hey, Mom.
Oh, it's done. I saw her. It's done. It's done.
Is she still on?
That's right. I know that's true.
She's taking a commercial break because dinner's ready.
She in the chat, she says,
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
What you actually saw, my husband is vegan. So it was like vegan meatballs and some vegetables. And then I made my son some fried chicken.
It look good.
Don't try to turn me away.
How long did it take to get to Cincinnati?
Girl.
Oh my God.
Wow. I hate that I missed the drawing. I'm backstage like SOS, give me that. Dang.
Oh, you sure did.
I'm sorry. We'll make sure we get you in there next time.
I need to get some from my hair. I'm feeling like Jada Pinkett with my edges here. They snatched. I need to get some in my life today.
Well, listen, I'm telling you,
I got some hair, skin, and nails for you.
Some what?
Hair, skin, and nails.
Okay.
I am putting up my my website because if you want to order brown sugar baby souffle, it is available on the website. We do ship. All you pay is for shipping and your product.
All right. Well, hurry up and get that site up so I can order some.
It's there. But you can call me. It's at
cool.
www.vbteray.com. It's there.
Okay.
So, ladies, this was a good time. If there's another topic, we'll tackle that real quick. If not, we're gonna call it a night.
Can you just send
Not
me
another
that
topic,
flyer
but
that you put up? I couldn't see it at all.
Wait, say it again.
Can you send me that flyer that you put up for that event? I couldn't see it.
I sure will.
Okay.
Will.
Thank you.
So thank you for reminding me about that. That event is coming up on October 13th. You all please share that flyer. I can't share it this way, but I can share it to each of you. So please share the flyer so that we can get those seats filled. That's going to be a great event, and it's going to be one of those events that, of course, we don't do stuff like this in Pontiac typically. So this will be one of those events that if we don't get the word out, people will hear about it afterwards and say, "Oh my God, how in the world did I miss that? Oh my God, they were here," and that's not abnormal in Pontiac because people don't share stuff that because it happens to me a lot. I look at them and say, "How did I miss that?" Because we don't share a lot. We might share once and then we leave it at that. But people don't get the word till afterwards because Facebook will float it around for a long time. But if it's done, sometimes I advertise on Facebook all the time. Sometimes that stuff don't get to floating until it's over. You think, what are y'all doing? Is somebody holding this shit, trying to and not pushing it forward? Somebody it don't even float until after. So share it if you will. Share it if you can, please. I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. This was fun. It was a long time, so I'm glad to like I said, to see y'all.
For having me.
Yeah,
I'm looking at Lisa.
Thank you for the invite.
You are very welcome.
I did Ancestry and found family, and my father's last name was Washington. I'm over here like, I wonder if we might be related.
Oh, I'm from Louisiana. You got family from the South?
No, I just found him. I told you I did Ancestry, and I just found him.
Well, if he a carpenter, my whole family Washingtons are carpenters. From my granddaddy, all his kids, everything. So, hey, cousin.
Right.
Okay. My brother's name is James Washington, and the other brother is Ian Washington. I just met him last year.
Wow.
I would have been a Washington.
Oh,
you still a Washington?
You are Washington,
right?
Technically, you are. So, because I'm my daddy's child. So yeah, we are. It's a lot of them on the east side of Pontiac. So, depending on where you at,
you might need to stop by for Christmas dinner just to see.
Okay,
a lot of us do it Thanksgiving or Christmas so you can get you a plate. Just to see.
Bunch of us.
All right, y'all have a wonderful night and a great weekend.
You too.
Hopefully we do it again.
All right. Good night, you guys.
Let us know.
Vicky, this was good.
It was good. I appreciate it. It's good for me too. I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
I am too.
Yes.
All right, y'all.
Thank
take
you.
care.
All right, good night, ladies.
All right, ladies. Have a good night.
Good night.